Hey guys, welcome back for some more Hearthstone Arena. I've just re-entered the arena here, and I have three choices of Paladin, Mage, or Priest. I just played a Mage, so I'm not going to do that again. I don't think I've done a Priest yet, or a Paladin. Uh, just because I hate the Priest so much right now, I think I'm going to play a Paladin.
I will fight with honor.
I just feel a little dirty using a Priest is all, so... First choice, we have Equality. It's not a bad card. It's kind of situational. I'm not even going to consider the Cold Light Oracle. I've really thought a lot about that card, and it's just... I don't like giving my opponent cards. It just really sucks. So I think I have to go with either Equality or Blessed Champion. I mean, Blessed Champion could be... It's a great finisher. And I say finisher because it's 5 mana. It's very expensive. So... Yeah, I'll take Blessed Champion. We'll give it a shot. So, Holy Light, it's alright. It's not that great. Hand of Protection is pretty useful. Yeah, I'll take that. I don't really like the Ironford Grizzly that much. It's just for 3 mana, 3/3 taunt, it's just not that useful. Humility is a very annoying card. And Oasis Snapjaw I hate. And Dalaran Mage is not really going to be very good for a Paladin deck, so far we're all spells. Alright, so we have a Gurabashi Berserker, that could be pretty useful. I don't have a reliable way of healing it, but it's still a pretty solid card, and I don't really like the Voodoo Doctor that much. I mean, a 2/1 for 1 mana, and typically a 1 mana card is something you'd be playing very early in the game, and around that time, restoring 2 health probably isn't the best battle cry to have, because you may already have, full life, so it won't be that great. Could take another Hand of Protection just for the Divine Shield annoyance, but I don't know. I mean, the Gurabashi Berserker is great, but there's a lot of situations where having Divine Shield can really sway the battlefield. Yeah, I'll take that because I don't have a reliable way of really healing the Berserker. Light's Justice is not that great. It's a great early game card removal, but I think I'm gonna take the Argent Protector instead. I like having the Divine Shield. It really wants us to take that Light's Justice. I really don't like the Reckless Rocketeer at all. Earthring Farseer, it's not bad. It's not a bad card. I mean, you can restore 3 health that could heal up a minion. Um, and like I said, I would much rather have the True Silver Champion over the Light's Justice. So I think I'll take the Earthring Farseer. Redemption's a great card. The Dread Corsair could be good if I could pick up like a True Silver Champion or anything like that. Lord of the Arena is not bad. It's a pretty heavy taunt, but because it has 5 health, it's very susceptible to things like Fireball and Starfire, Starfall, and a lot of those, 5 damage spells that are out there. And plus, it's, easily mind controlled. It could be power worded. It's a very easy card to deal with, all things considered. So, yeah, I think we'll take a redemption here. So we're pretty heavy on spells. Noble Sacrifice is a pretty decent card. And it's whenever an enemy attacks. So that could either help, defend us or one of our minions. I don't like the Iron Forge Rifleman very much. I mean, 3 mana cost for 2/2 and the 1 damage battle cry is not that great. It can be useful, but I mean, Mad Bomber's it's a little RNG, but I've had good luck with the Mad Bomber, but well, in certain situations, most of the time the thing just screws me over. But I've had it win me games before. And I need to start getting some creatures here. I have a ton of spells and not a lot of creatures yet, so I'm gonna take the Mad Bomber. I really don't like the Nightblade. And I already have a Humility. But Humility is such a good card. I mean, it just removes those huge threats immediately. So if somebody plays something crazy that has a lot of attack and a lot of health, but it doesn't have anything like taunt or any other abilities, like for instance, let's say it's mid game and I don't really have board control established that well. He throws down a Chillwind Yeti or something like that. It's not a lot of attack, but I could change it to a 1/5, which essentially makes it worthless. So yeah, I think I like that better. Divine Favor is a great card, especially considering how many spells I have so far. Just because of, from what I have so far, I'm going to be low on cards just by, a lot of low mana cost spells. So this could help me, fly through all my spells in the early game, and then play this and immediately card draw up to my opponent again, so that I don't have like such a large card deficit. So, and especially compared to the Mana Wraith and the Wild Pyromancer, yeah, I'm going to take Divine Favor. Another Redemption could be good, but I really need some creatures. The Amani Berserker is pretty useful. Granted, I'm not playing like a mage or anything that I can just do 1 damage to it and make it phenomenal. So it'd be kind of hard to pull off as a paladin, so I think I'm going to take the Fairy Dragon. It's a little more reliable. Alright, so we have some good choices here. Blessing and Wisdom is a great card. Gives us potentially a lot of card draw, and you can even play this on an enemy minion, so if you know somebody's going to be attacking you a lot with a particular minion that you can't really deal with at the moment, it's a good card to play. It either stops them from attacking with it because they don't want to give you cards, or lost my train of thought. You get what I'm saying. So the True Silver Champion, it's a great weapon. Consecration's pretty decent board clear also. This is a tough choice. I don't have a weapon, and it'll help me because I don't have a whole lot of early game creatures. I think True Silver Champion will help me at least clear some of those out, so I'm going to take that. Eye for an eye. When your hero takes damage, deal that much damage to the enemy hero. It's a pretty decent late game card when they throw out one of those huge threats and you can't stop it, so you just play eye for an eye and maybe you make them kill themselves. Mogoshan Warden, not a huge fan of. I will give it this. It's a very annoying taunt card to deal with, just because it has such high health. But if this thing gets silenced, it's just worthless. Novice Engineer is not a great card. I mean, yeah, you get card draw, but a 1/2 for 2 is just meh. I think I'm going to take the taunt card here. Okay, here it's either between Chillwind Yeti or Harvest Golem. I'm going to take the Yeti, because Chillwind Yetis are awesome. So we have a Holy Light. Ogre Magi is not great for me. I mean, it's a 4/4, but I think I'd rather have the 3/3 with Divine Shield, especially because I have a bit of a Divine Shield play going on here with the Hand of Protection. And I already have the Argent Protector, so I could do some pretty funky stuff with this, constantly giving it Divine Shield. Alright, so we have Guardian of Kings. It's not a bad card. I mean, I get some health back. It's a decent amount of stats on it. I mean, a 5/6 is... it's not bad. I mean, it's pretty susceptible to like a fireball and everything else, like I mentioned earlier, with it having that 6 health. But I do get 6 health back. It's a pretty decent late game card. Defend Creeper's not a bad taunt. This is actually a pretty tough choice. I mean, I only have 1 taunt card so far. Yeah, I think I'm going to take Defend Creeper. And I'm not huge on the Lord of the Arena. The Magma Rager, now that I think about it, I mean, it's not a good card by any stretch of the imagination, don't get me wrong. But just thinking about the cards that I have, I could Magma Rager, Hand of Protection, throw a Divine Shield on it. Suddenly that becomes a 5/1 with Divine Shield, which is basically, at that point, it's like a pretty decent Scarlet Crusader for 5 mana. But is that worth it? Probably not. I mean, I'm just running out scenarios in my head, like going against a mage or something like that, where it just pings the shield off and just trades some throwaway minion to kill it. So yeah, I don't like that. I think I'd rather have the card draw. 2/4 is a little bit hard to deal with. It's not a bad card. I like it much better than the Novice Engineer, for example. A second Redemption here seems pretty good. What do I have in the way of 2 mana cost creatures? I've got the Argent Protector, the Fairy Dragon, and the Mad Bomber. Um, I probably don't need another 2 mana cost minion right now, and I really don't like the Stormpike Commando. I mean, a 4/2 for 5. The Battle Cry can do some decent removal, but this is so easily killed. Um, yeah, I'm gonna pick up another Redemption. So far, this deck is just gearing towards being really annoying, and in the theme of that, I kind of want to take another Argent Protector. Just have tons of Divine Shield. So we get ourselves another Blessed Champion choice here if we so desire. Holy Wrath is a little RNG, but it can also be pretty decent. I mean, you get a card out of it if nothing else. So it's kind of like if you need to do 1 damage on something really bad, you at least know you're going to guarantee 1 damage, as long as you don't have any 0-cost mana cards, I suppose. Mana Addict couldn't... Well, it's only +2 attack this turn, but I also have a lot of spells, so I could do some interesting plays of throwing Divine Shield on the Mana Addict, and suddenly it's a 3/3 with Divine Shield. I could instantly remove something, and with it being a 2 mana cost, that's a pretty good possibility. I think 2 Blessed Champions is probably a little too much in that department, especially because we need to start fleshing out our deck with more creatures and not spells. So yeah, I think I'm going to pass on these 2 and take the Mana Addict. So we have another opportunity for a Gurubashi Berserker here, and I think I'm going to take it. A Blessing of Wisdom is a great card. Elven Archer is not a bad 1 mana cost minion though, and I don't have any of those. Yeah, I'm going to take the Berserker. Ascension Shieldmaster is a great card. Warlock Tidehunter is okay. It's basically just a 3/2 split into 2 minions. I don't need a third Redemption, as much as I'd like to have it just because it would be annoying. But I think I'm going to just take the Shieldmaster. So we have the option of yet another Argent Protector. Or we could roll the dice and take one of the 2 pirates here, both of which benefit from the True Silver Champion in the deck. So if I could True Silver Champion and throw this thing out, suddenly it's a 6/3 for 2 mana, which is great value, which I could then throw Divine Shield on. It would bait out things like silences and just general crowd control spells on a 2 mana card. Or I could be super annoying and have yet another Divine Shield card. Oh, the choices. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Bloodsail Raider. So we have the opportunity for Eye for an Eye again. Scarlet Crusader would give us more of that theme of the annoying Divine Shield plays. But with the Youthful Brewmaster, I could do interesting things like bringing cards that have lost their Divine Shield back to my hand, or bringing the Argent Protector back to reestablish Divine Shield on one of my minions. So let's say Argent Protector comes out, throws Divine Shield on one of my minions. I use that minion to remove one of my opponent's minions off the board. I drop Youthful Brewmaster, bring the Argent Protector back to my hand, and then replay the Argent Protector to put the Divine Shield back on to continue protecting that particular minion. Pretty good combo. And now that I've said all that out loud, I've just convinced myself that sounds like a good idea. So we have another opportunity for a Bloodsail Raider here, but with only having 1 weapon, I don't know. At this point, we need just larger creatures. We have a bunch of smaller minions. So I think I'm going to take the Spiteful Smith, which will also synergize with the True Silver Champion. And here we have the Flesh Eating Ghoul, which could be really good. I could throw a Divine Shield on that and just watch it grow. while either my minions are dying or the opponent's minions are dying. And I really need a 3-mana minion, so yeah, I'll take that. I don't like this choice. I've already expressed how I don't like the Stormpike Commando very much. So that leaves us with Novice Engineer, which I'm not too fond of. I mean, yeah, the card draw wouldn't be terrible, but the Elven Archer's not great either. But I'm also weighing the possibility of maybe having a Divine Shield on this suddenly becomes useful, because it comes out removing something, hopefully, and then having a Divine Shield on it would mean it could trade fairly well. It would set up some potential 2-for-1 scenarios with it having 4 attack. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. I'll give that card a chance here. Flight's Justice again. Really don't want to take that card. Venture Co. Mercenary is something that we really need. Repentance can be useful for the late game. So when they're trying to throw down their huge secrets, or I'm sorry, their huge minions later, I could play this secret and suddenly that huge minion becomes crap. But I think I like the Venture Co. Mercenary. It's a big minion, it's a hard hitter, and that's what my deck really lacks right now, so I'll take that. And here we have Sunwalker, which is really annoying. Wild Pyromancer is not good for what I have in my deck. Same with Ancient Mage, yeah, Sunwalker. It's a solid card, I'm taking that. And for more further annoyance, we have the Aldor Peacekeeper. So you combine that with the humility cards that I already have, and my opponent's going to hate me very much. So what's great about this deck is I have a lot of smaller minions, yes, but I also have lots of ways to really level the playing field here by reducing my opponent's attack on their minions down a lot. I don't know how I feel. I'm kind of regretting passing up the 1 consecration for this single True Silver champion, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Alright, let's do this. So yeah, we have some good synergy in our deck. We have a lot of good possibilities. Here's hoping. I'm trying to think of things that would hurt us. Lots of AoE would be pretty hard to deal with, especially cheap AoE like Arcane Explosion.
Uther versus Anduin.
So we're against a priest.
Light shall bring victory.
I will fight with
And
honor.
this starting hand is pretty much awful. I think I might keep the Silvermoon Guardian, but I'm going to toss these two. I wanted to hang on to this because I have so many spells, and I was worried that I was going to have all spells in my hand and no minions, which pretty much basically happened anyway. Oh, let's see. So turn 3 I could Silvermoon Guardian. The question is, do I coin and just have a minion come out? I'm going to say no. Yeah. I don't want to use the coin in that fashion. I do like having the Venture Co. Mercenary so early. Well, that's a shame. Kind of wishing I had coined now. Because he'll be able to hit me at least twice if he so desires. So in this instance, yeah, what choice do I have but summon one of these guys and hope he just makes the trade. I'm scared he's gonna add 2 health onto this guy.
For the crusade!
Okay, so he'll probably just hit me again because he knows that I'm gonna have to make this trade. Well, so that leaves us with the option of Argent Protector. Mm, no, I think I go ahead and Silver Moon Guardian with the coin, and hopefully he just trades Divine Shield for Divine Shield. He'll probably just want me to do that because he can just get the damage on me. It's either that or Argent Protector. Ping the shield off, but then he kills the Argent Protector. It leaves me with a 1/1. Yeah, it seems a little safer.
Not on my watch.
So I will go ahead and do that.
To battle! I must move quickly.
So next turn I could coin Ventrico Mercenary, I could coin Spiteful Smith, or I could just play the Silver Moon Guardian. Okay, so he'll just use his removal for that. We get another Argent Protector. So next turn he could use his large Shadow Word on the Venture Company Mercenary if he does have one. Or I play the Spiteful Smith, which is right in that sweet spot of dodging things like that. Yeah, I think I go ahead and just toss the Spiteful Smith out there. And hopefully we top deck the True Silver Champion. And I can play that, trade, and then have a very strong weapon. So he's doing a lot of early damage on me here, which is a little disconcerting. He didn't use any mana that turn, which is very odd. That's really making me wonder what he has in his hand. So that gives us a Redemption, which I kind of feel like playing now because that is a decent minion to use that on.
Let me think.
Yeah, I think what I do here, in the interest of having health on this guy to make this trade, I go ahead and do this. And then I will... Do I play the Redemption? It'll probably just give me this guy again, which would just give me a 2/2 on the field. He could Holy Nova, which would really hurt me as far as my Redemption's concerned. Yeah.
Reporting for duty.
I don't want to use my Redemption yet, because if he Holy Novas, then I either get a 1/1 or a 2/2. So it doesn't seem very worth it to me. Alright, so that's why he was holding on to all of his mana. At least he wastes the Battle Cry. And this is where things get interesting. So now I can do crazy annoying stuff just like this. Suddenly that's a 1/6 worthless minion. And in this case, I think I go ahead and just card draw, or do I go ahead and try to get some advantage early before he's in mind control range, so I have basically a turn to wreak some havoc with Ventrico Mercenary.
I wonder.
Yeah. And worst case scenario, if he mind controls it, I can just cast Ability on it, and then it's a 1/6. Same as the Temple Enforcer. I rather like that. I think I'll do that. So I will just hit him directly because I'm not particularly scared of a 1/6. Granted, he could do something like Inner Fire. Okay, so that'll become a 1/9. So we can clear out the smaller minions, but aside from that, not a lot he can do. Kinda just want to get a card in my hand at this point. Well, actually, is there any way I can give myself Divine Shield? No, there's not, but what I can do, to clear out that minion, I will play Redemption. I will do the trade, and he'll come back.
You gotta be kidding me!
Albeit with 1 health. kind of forgot about that bit. That was kind of stupid on my part. So now... Oh, well, at least Venture Co. Mercenary got that thing off the board if nothing else. But that was not ideal.
This is my responsibility.
I must move quickly.
But at the same time, I mean, it's still a pretty decent threat on the board he's going to have to worry about. Yeah, that's annoying, because then you can just do that. Okay. I made him use his mind control, though, so at least we got one of those out of the way here. So he's got 5 cards. I have 6, so Divine Favor is not an option. Let's see. So I could Humility, make that a 1/6. Yeah, I think I might just do that. But first, let's draw a card. Well, that'll be handy next turn. Yeah, I think we'll just Humility.
To battle.
And I'll kill this thing just in case he can bring it back to his hand with like a Brewmaster or something. I don't want him to have the Battle Cry. And I will go ahead and just hit him for 2. And throw another minion on there.
Reporting for duty.
So we still have the Outdoor Peacekeeper in our deck that we can still reduce one of his minions down to 1 damage.
You dare challenge the daughter of Deathwing?
Well, now I'm really sad that I don't have the Consecration. So we are in a bad way right now. Okay, let's see. Is there any way for me to deal with this?
I wonder.
So I could do 4, 6 damage. And I hate when people draft legendaries when I didn't have a choice of any of them. It's always rough. Just sucks.
I wonder.
I think we go ahead and just toss this guy out here.
Shall not fall.
And I feel like
I must move quickly. Let me think.
thinking maybe I toss Divine Shield on this. Play a minion.
Reporting for
This is
duty.
my responsibility.
And we're just gonna hit him directly. So he can either choose to remove a lot of my stuff on the board with his whelps, which is probably what he'll do. Oh, of course. I wanted to use Redemption in the likelihood that that happened, but at the same time I didn't want to just... Okay. Priests, I hate you so much. That is retarded. And I have no way of killing Onyxia, is what it comes down to. So... what can I do? Oh, I hate to use this in this manner, but kind of have to. Yeah, the only thing I can do is get the Outdoor Peacekeeper, bring this down, and it becomes like a 130. So that's pretty much my only hope. I'm sure he has an Inner Fire that he's just going to turn that into a 32-32.
My shield for Argus.
Oh man, if he put that on a Nixia, that would have been a crazy play. I don't know why he didn't do that. And then he'll just use the whelp to kill it. Pretty sure we're dead. I don't know what else we can do here. So we'll just throw our minions out.
Reporting for
And that's pretty much all I can do. I'll be taking at least 12 damage this turn. Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe I used my equalities a little bit too quick. But how could I have known that he was going to throw an Onyxia on the board, you know? So at this point, he's more or less just screwing with me, saying, haha, I have a crazy creature on the board, I'm just going to keep clearing your board, because why the hell not, you know? So, pretty much,
reporting for duty.
I mean, is there a point? No, but I have to try to get through the taunt, because there is always that small chance, but I'm dead here. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that I have any amount of hope of winning this game. Oh, just, okay. You're not going to end the game.
The victory is.
I hate when people do that, man. It's like, you have lethal, just kill me. Stop trying to do cute things, just end it. Alright. 0-1, off to a fantastic start. I still don't hate this deck. I think I just, went against a priest that had just way better cards than I did. Not much you can do. The Onyxia was quite nasty. I thought I was actually in a pretty good position until he dropped that thing on the board and then buffed it to 32 health. I'm sure he was just, the reason he wasn't killing me was he was waiting for that inner fire card so he could make it a super strong minion. So we're against a warrior this time.
Fight with honor.
I don't really like the Earthen Ring Farseer this early because I won't really have anything to heal. But yeah, I'll toss these two back. Ugh. Alright, so it's turn 1 pass. I haven't played the Paladin a too terribly large amount of time, so alright, so he's gonna coin something out here.
It's time for a little blood.
That's a pretty scary coin. Does that override his enrage? I have no idea. Well,
Let me think.
so I could, yeah, I think that would override it. Because he would then be a 5/2 after he kills
Well played.
the reinforced. Yeah. I'll just,
Well met.
there you go. Yeah, I mean, I gotta do something, right?
Reporting for duty.
It's either that or take the 2 damage and he just keeps throwing more minions out there. I think next turn I just Peacekeeper it. Peacekeeper will die if he throws both of them at him. But it's better than me taking 7 damage. Especially this early in the game.
Follow the rule.
Alright. Please don't have a brewmaster. So hopefully I can get a 2-for-1 trade here. Or he's gonna buff it, of course.
What does the future hold?
Alright, so this guy's playing an aggro deck for sure. Oh, I'm thinking taking all those spells was not a good idea. Well,
Reporting for duty.
it's not a good play, but
My watch.
I gotta throw something out here. So he'll probably just use the Leper Gnome to trade.
Try this.
Oh no, he'll just use the... Okay. Alright. So if I can somehow survive all of his early stuff, he probably won't have a good late game to follow it up with. I'm hoping anyway. I mean, he's already down to 3 cards. If I can just hang on, and this will help me hang on a little bit. So,
Well played.
yeah. That's getting a little annoying. You're getting squelched, sir. So that'll have it come back with 1 health. It's not a great choice. Divine Shield. Eh. Is it worth it? Probably not. But it may buy me a little time. So next turn I could Sunwalker. Yeah, this guy's really aggressive. Alright, so he'll take the shield off. No longer has a weapon at least. Oh, yes, thank you for that. I'd much prefer doing this to clear out some minions.
Reporting
So you get bopped. And maybe we start to stabilize here a little bit. Next turn I can Sunwalker, Redemption. Assuming he clears that minion. I'm sure he will. Alright, he'll play the Twilight Drake. Which, considering he didn't really have a lot of cards, so it's just a 4/4, so I could just clear that with my weapon. And then I could Earthen Ring Farseer to heal myself up a little bit. Or I could just play the Sunwalker and just kill this guy. Well, do I need to kill him?
Let me.
Not necessarily, no. Yeah,
For justice.
so this has to die. So I'll take 2 damage here. And I'll just hit you for 1. I'll play this and Redemption. So if he has like a weapon, like an Arcanite Reaper, so if he pings the shield off with this guy and Arcanite Reapers, at least he'll come back with Divine Shield with 1 health. Yep, there it is. Alright, so
Blood and plunder.
I'm hoping this plays out exactly what I just called it out as, because that would be amazing for me. Yep. So he just took 4 damage there and used one of his weapon durability. Mad Bomber's definitely not a good choice here. So I think I Earthen Ring Farseer to probably just heal this up.
I wonder.
He may have like an Execute in his hand, which if that's the case, then healing it up isn't going to do anything because it will still have missing health. And he'll be able to do this trade. He may have a charge. I think I just heal myself here.
My eyes are open.
And because he's going to have to go through the taunt regardless. I play another one of these. I could get really unlucky and he'll have like a whirlwind, but yeah.
Reporting for duty.
I think I may just want to kill his taunt with mine here. Let's see.
I must move quickly.
Yeah.
Justice shall prevail.
I lose the Divine Shield now, but he's still gonna have to go through the taunt, and unless he has, like I said, a whirlwind, and hopefully, in that case, the redemption chooses the better minion. Yes, just smack it. Thank you. And I will have my Divine Shield minion back yet again.
Is my shield.
Azure Drake.
Don't mess with Tusker.
Okay. Nice, so we get another taunt. I'll go ahead and throw that out. Another one of these.
Reporting for duty.
And at this point, do I start doing damage to him or do I clear his board? Well, first off, let's at least do this. And the Drake will bounce off of that, so
Of course.
yeah. Again, I'm playing around him not having a whirlwind. So hopefully the Drake just bounces off the shield. Okay, he'll finally be able to kill it here.
And plunder.
But I do still have the Shield Master for a taunt wall. And that'll kill this Drake. Alright. That's actually a pretty good top deck for me. Yeah, I'm really liking that. Okay, so
Of course.
I'll go ahead and trade this out. And I'll shoot you for 2.
To battle.
Trade.
To battle.
Throw down some damage. I'm hanging on to the Mad Bomber for like an emergency. I don't want to start killing my 1/1s or weakening my minions at all. Okay.
I got the best deals anywhere.
Please don't have a spell to play at this time. Does that count? No, it does not. Good. I wonder if he knew that or not. So is there anything Q2 we could do here? We could heal up our Senjin Shieldmaster, which he's going to kill with the Fiery War Axe otherwise. Which I feel like's a pretty good decision, actually. So yeah, I'll trade here. I will use the damage first. Useful Rude Master, bring you back. Then I'll play you again. Summon another weenie. Hit you for 2. And unless you top deck like a charge or an execute or anything like that, you won't be able to get through my taunt. And of course there's the charge. But he has to sacrifice it. And take some more damage. Which puts him at 9, so he'll be at 3. This is where I Mad Bomber and hit him 3 times, right? Do I wait for... No, I already used my weapons, so I know I only have one of those, so I may as well just play this.
Mark the spot.
Reporting for duty. To battle. To battle. To battle.
And please don't have a taunt card. Please don't have a taunt card. That's all I gotta say. The armor up makes it rather annoying as well. Alright, so we got him. A little bit of a scary, grueling game there, but worked out in the end. Alright, so we're 1-1. Not a terrible start. So, after seeing it in action a couple times, This deck is very annoying to play against, obviously, based on that last game, but it also can be really hard if it's just not in the cards. So I don't know. We'll see what happens next time, guys. Thanks for watching.